ZIRKZEE. Now, there's a name from the past. If you are of a certain age, you will know all about this man. He is the agent of Joshua Zirkee and holds the key to any club signing the striker this summer. We're going to get through the demands, the commission that he is demanding, the discount he may offer Manchester United, relationships between United and him, and how different it is to AC Milan, who have already bid for Zirkzee but cannot get the player over the line because of ZIRKZEE. We're going to get into that. No contract yet for Bruno Fernandes, which leaves the door open for a sale this summer, some would say. More than likely, we're going to get through the summer, hopefully with Bruno still at the football club, and then we look to do a new deal in the new season. But we will see what happens there. It's just left that door open. Update on Jarrad Branthwaite and where the transfers are at, and news from Manchester United going around with all other transfer speculation as well. It is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the midday show, everybody, where we just get it out of the way and talk everything straight to the point, transfers and breaking news Manchester United wise, injury updates and everything else involved. Get involved in the chat. To get involved in the chat, you need to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, give the video a like on your way in, because let's be honest, you just do love being told it straight, and you don't want no bull fluff or anything like that. It's just news that's coming straight as it breaks, and that's how we like to do it here on FUTV. Get involved and let's get talking what Manchester United's situation currently is with Joshua Zirkee. We've talked to plenty over the last 2 days about the player and what's going on. So United officially, as we spoke last night, are officially on and in with ZIRKZEE. Are we not on yet? Are we not on? Connect streaming. Why is that not there? Am I not even live yet? What the hell is going on? What's happening here? I don't even know. Like, I don't know what happened there. My screen is completely blank, and I don't even know if I'm live, guys. Kazzy's messaging me saying I am. People are saying that I am in the chats. I just can't see myself at all, so I've got no idea. I'm blind to what is happening. I am blind. God, technology. Oh, I don't even know. Someone, again, just confirm if I am actually live right now. I think I am live. I just don't know if I am live because there's nothing coming up on my bloody screen. So, yeah, guys, sorry about any mishaps or anything that has happened there. We are talking Joshua Zirkee. I'm going to get back into the conversation because I've got no idea what's going on, so I'm just going to play it blind. Everyone's shouting at me, saying it's live. I can see you all in the chat there, so we're going to carry on with everything. I'm just going to try and get up my screen somewhere else so I can just see your comments and what's actually going on. Hopefully, yes, I am pretty much live. I just cannot see anything on my screen. I've got something up now which may work for us, so I'm just going to go with this, guys. But yeah, it's a mad one today, it would seem. Technology is as confusing as Manchester United's transfers and everything going on. But yeah, let's get on with Joshua Zirkee and where we're actually up to then. I'll just edit this out later just so it doesn't look as bad. But yeah, cheers for letting us know, guys. And yeah, moving on with what's happening. ZIRKZEE is that agent from way back when. Like yonks ago, when the big news breaking on the scene was Javier Mascherano and Carlos Tevez, and he did a deal where West Ham actually loaned these players in and earned an absolute fortune off the sale. And it was unknown. It was like welcome to the world of super agents. ZIRKZEE actually announced himself on the scene with an absolute bombshell of getting these two players over the line deal-wise and in at West Ham, and everyone was like, how the hell have they made this happen? United jumped on the opportunity afterwards and then brought in Carlos Tevez, as we all know. He has got some big names on his books, including Douglas Luiz, who's been reportedly looked at by Juventus and under Motta, the new manager there. So he is a big agent, but what he does manage to get out of everything is a massive fee usually. And a massive fee for him is upwards of 15 million euros. Now that equates to what? Around about 12 million quid. I'm just going to read through what's actually happening with everything right now as we stand. So just going to read out the headlines and news from this morning, how it broke and the updates on everything. Damasio was the first one that came out with some news. Manchester United's interest in Joshua Zirkzee is concrete. If United were to satisfy the request of Zirkzee's agent Kia Joorabchian, there would be little AC Milan could do. Now, AC Milan have already made a bid and met the so-called release clause in Joshua Zirkzee's contract, but there is an agent's fee on top which nobody knew about, and it was ridiculous. And it's still ridiculous. So what is also being talked about, and Damasio backed this up by saying AC Milan are continuing to maintain their stance that they believe Joorabchian's request of 15 million euros is excessive. More stories coming out from Seminaro Nick, that other account, the communications officer at Juventus, who we spoke about yesterday, who's come on the scene all of a sudden breaking this news. Manchester United's first contacts with Joshua Zirkzee's agent Kia Joorabchian were positive. He is willing to give United a discount, in capitals that is, on the commission. No discount to AC Milan, with whom relations are terrible. So it seems to be a massive fallout. But one thing you can guarantee, and this is dark, murky waters when it comes to football agents and things like this, it's the worry and the fear and the clear issue around football, which is player agents. The problem you've got is that no matter what deal is in place, contractual for the player, for the club, or anything like that, the issue you've got is the agent has got himself into a position where he's got that clause in there, which is he gets a massive fee out of any deal going forward. And that massive fee for Joshua Zirkzee signing, or anyone signing him out of his current deal, is 15 million euros. Now, how much of that is being discounted, we have no idea yet. We're just hearing that Zirkzee's agent is willing to work with Manchester United. We have relationships with him, and we have done business with him before, like I said. So in terms of Manchester United's relationship with a lot of agents, I'm probably guessing it's a fantastic one, because Manchester United used to pay absolutely ridiculous agents fees, and we got we paid massive amounts of transfer fees as well. So we are liked by agents, it would seem. That needs to change. Now, the question I'm asking you guys is, like, do you feel like Manchester United in this situation, you've got a player there that's got a release clause, you know how much that release clause is, do we then walk away because this agent's come in and said we need this fee on top as well? Now, how this fee is broken down, I do not know. I don't know if this can be done in installments like a transfer fee can, or if this is an upfront fee that the agent will demand from Manchester United. It's a problem. It's a massive problem, because we just don't know if this is going to scupper the deal or not. Now, more often than not, if the player was worth it, you would see this happening and this go through. Like, it is a little bit of an uncertainty with Zirkzee at the moment. We know what the player's got. We know how he plays, what he is, what he's good at, his strengths are, what his flaws are, and his negative side of things. Is he worth this extra bit of money on top? Because it is a chunk of change, isn't it? It's a lot of money to add on. You've got a deal there going from 34 million buyout to possibly 46 million. If he gets his full fee. It all comes down to how much discount Kia Joorabchian is going to offer Manchester United on his commission fee. That's the problem, and that's what we have to deal with. I just don't see how Ineos and how they operate and how stringent and tight they've been. They've been with their finances so far. I don't see how they are going to pay more money to an agent as well on top of what's already out there. Like, the deal is they're happy with the deal. The deal is a good deal for Joshua Zirkzee, for the age of the profile and everything that is involved in the player. The problem you've got is this on top just takes it to that next level, and it gets a little bit more. It gets more expensive, and it makes you look like you're actually forking out more money for a player that probably isn't worth it. It's a complicated situation, and I don't know. This will be the powers of negotiations again. How much does Kia Joorabchian want out of this deal? How much is he willing to let Manchester United get the commission for instead of AC Milan? It just looks like he knows AC Milan are more of a difficult outfit to work with and probably haven't got as much money as Manchester United. Going off his own past experiences, this would be. And he's happy to work with United and just get that fee done. Right now, I just don't think AC Milan are willing to pay anywhere near what he wants as his commission fee. So let's just look at it this way and go, if he is, and he does know that United will give him a lump sum, like the negotiations could have already been had. Like, he would have made it very clear what his commission is. If he's given the discount, then he probably knows that Manchester United can afford that. Our conversation's probably been had between the club and Kia Joorabchian about how much they can afford on top. I think this will come down to how he gets paid, basically. If they're willing to go along with the fee and the commission side of things, then it's going to be a case of how Manchester United pay Kia Joorabchian. If we can do that in installments or put it in as part of the package or finance this up, I am not 100% clear on how agents get paid or if there is an installment package that they can get. It's not my area of expertise, but I just know that they get their commissions and their fees. And it's going to be a case of Joshua Zirkzee that was 34 million. He's probably going to be creeping up towards the 40 million mark more now. And what happens again then if we want to put in a clause into Joshua Zirkzee's contract in case someone comes in and tries to take him away later down the line? This is why right now I feel a lot more comfortable with having a structure in place and the people we've got at the football club rather than what was there before, because this is where Manchester United have always been ripped off and actually taken and given and ripped a whole new one, let's put it that way. So realistically, the situation we're in right now is a difficult one, and beforehand I'd be absolutely shitting myself right now with how Manchester United deal with this. But luckily for us, the reality is we've actually got a bit more of a team now. So, and that team being the Ineos structure. Would love to have Berardi in situ right now, and obviously Dan Ashworth to deal with this sort of thing. And you know what? United aren't that pushover proposition anymore for agents. So I also think there's a part of that Kia Joorabchian will probably look at and probably will want to build a bit of a relationship with the United hierarchy and structure and new people that are in at the club. I think he'll want to set off on the right foot because everybody knows that Manchester United are always in the market for the best players, and these super agents that have got their hands on these best players need to build relationships. He is an Italian himself. Obviously, if there is a bit of a fallout there with AC Milan and what's happening there with them, I don't know. I don't really care about it. I mean, I think this is a player that will make Manchester United better. So if we can sweeten it, or we can make this deal happen, or we get the discount that we can off Kia Joorabchian, then we go for it and make it happen. And I'm confident still. Like, I'm not put off by this. I think this has helped United a little bit because this will put off clubs like AC Milan, and it will put off clubs like probably Arsenal maybe as well, because they're in for him as well. So as long as United don't go stupid, I mean, you're looking at this player here, he's probably worth more in the current market than 34 million. And I think that's the release clause I think Kia Joorabchian has negotiated in to the deal with Bologna from Bayern Munich to then make sure he can get his chunk of change out of it. In terms of the full package and value for the player is still probably fair if that commission fee is around about 6 million. And you end up getting Joshua Zirkzee, a 23-year-old improving player, good player, for 40 million in the current market for a striker. That doesn't sound like a bad deal. So I'm guessing Joorabchian's the one that's got the clause of 34 million negotiated in for Joshua Zirkzee, because he can then take his piece out when he moves on. And he's backed his player. He's backed his player in a way where he knows he's going to get that move to a bigger club because of the quality of him. And it's come off for him. They gamble, don't the agents? They run the risk and they run that line of losing out massive amounts of money on deals because the player just doesn't perform. He's swam the channel with this one. Pretty much like he did with his 150-1 outside shot at Royal Ascot when his horse came in and he won there. So, yeah, they gamble, they take the risks, but they get the big rewards. So they probably lose quite a bit and then make it all back up with massive, massive fees in the future. Super chat in from Black Sheep says, no player in football is worth this leech's fee. I mean, are we calling all agents leeches? Or are we just brandishing them all with the same brush? Gifted membership also from Kaz, taken by Kenneth. Welcome to the members club. Thank you, Kaz. Apologies again if you have just tuned in and you're trying to catch up and you had issues at the start. I had a minute's delay pretty much 2 minutes into the show where my computer just went out on me, but we're back full on. I'm coming to the chat right now just to get your comments on what you feel about the agent situation right now with ZIRKZEE. Is this just a modern world with footballers? And do you know what? I think Kia's well known. He goes on Sky Sports, he goes on Talk Sports, quite a lot. He has it out with Simon Jordan and everything, constantly on the show there, on the breakfast show on Talk Sports. He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff, and he has been around for a while. He hasn't had many big names, but it looks like this could be the summer where he announces himself well and truly back on the scene. But yeah, he's also the agent for Amari Forson as well. So he does know what he's doing, and he definitely knows how to get the best deal out of any club, making sure that he gets his chunk. Gary says, teams need to drop interest in players with difficult agents. If they don't get the moves, players will look for someone else to represent them. Difficult agents don't go away, just demand more. Let's just get this. Now let's get into it. Adam, best 5 signings in your mind for the transfer window. We maybe come to that later, mate. I respond for players has to be swift, says Bakary. It still counts to hit the like after the video is complete. Hit the like, guys. Yes, please do. Stay clear of greedy agents. There has to be a cap on agents' fees. I've said this before, Gehan, it's a good point and it's fair, and we all wish that it would happen, but FIFA have tried, FIFA have failed. The Court for Arbitration and Sport have left this completely open and thrown out FIFA's appeal to cap agents' fees in the transfer markets and in football. So it's not going to happen. These agents' fees are going to stay, and we just have to balance them into these deals, I'm afraid. It's just part of it. The agent is very shady, but has some great horses for anyone into horse racing. Just to mention that, actually. I thought UEFA were cutting agents' fees. No, sorry, Andrew. Kaz threw them out. Same Kaz that threw UEFA out with Manchester City's charges as well. So, yeah. More corruption, maybe. Mark says, this guy is a con man. Save it off and call him out in the press. Agents are cancer in football. They are for owners anyway. Tell him deals off. Get Jonathan David instead. I don't want him. Move on. Another target. Is this putting people off completely? 15 mil in agents' fees is outrageous. Walk away, please, Man United. What if Manchester United got this down? Would you be still okay with it if we got ZIRKZEE in at a fair combined price with everything all together? That's what I want to know. Fees to agents should come from players. That's who they work for. Yes, fair point, Gray. In a perfect normal world, but football and that world is completely up in the air and a different ball game altogether. So no, I don't think we're going to get to that stage, even though it would be nice to get to that stage. I don't have an issue with United doing business with Girajim again, so long as they know what they are getting into. People on the streets with nothing, and this clown is demanding 12 million for being an agent. Walk away and tell him where to stick it. That from Anthony. Compost Smurf. I still pay 40 odd million for a promising striker that we definitely need. If you didn't know about the agent's fees, would you have a problem with it? Is the problem here with a lot of people, and I understand your argument in the chat, is the problem here the fact that we actually know about it? Because every single transfer has an agent's fee on it. We just don't hear about it. That's the problem. And when you do hear about it, and it being an issue, and it then being reported out from all of the Italian press to why AC Milan are not getting ZIRKZEE, then it starts to become one of them debatable subjects again, doesn't it? Where we're like, we've got to stop agents. Whereas FIFA have been trying the last 2 years and failed. It's not going away, guys. It's not going away. If ZIRKZEE came to the table, no one knew who his agent was. The only reason we know is because it's been made clear by the Italian media. If nobody knew that Kia Joorabchian was ZIRKZEE's agent and the fee was 40 million all in, and that included absolutely everything, the installments are in place, everything like that, no one would even be in the chat today asking. And no one would be complaining. I know, I understand every single comment you're making and you are all right. But the reality is a different picture altogether. The reality is this is just what happens in transfers, unfortunately. And this is the sad world that we live in football now. And it's not going to go away. It's never going to go away. So, yeah, I think we're just going to have to deal with it. Hopefully United don't pay the fee. Give the agent 6 million. 40 million is a good deal for this player, says Ronald. Agents are better than scouts. They hoover up all the young talent. Maybe United should get rid of all the scouts and bring some agents in. Joorabchian has been an agent for a long time, Leo. He's not doing anything illegal, nor is known for flapping his gums like Raiola. That's pretty much it. Graham summed it up there. Jonathan says, imagine a world where limits were put on agents' fees, transfer fees and wages, where for £10 a month you could watch all football on TV. Football shirts were 25 and adult tickets were 20 quid, kids were £1. That sounds like that dream that everybody had last night, that, Jonathan, mate. It's just never going to happen, and I think Jonathan understands that as well. He's just putting it out there. It's not the reality. It's so far from reality. Never ever simple when it comes to anything United related. Transfer, sales, communications, but even discounted agent fees still a lot less than Anthony. I wonder what Anthony's agent's fee was, guys. And that, because all of Manchester United's announcement regarding all of the players, like the fees that we say we pay, includes everything. So all of this is still in there, guys. So, yeah. Sadly, it's just what we're dealing with. It's the modern world in football. It's the modern world. Guys, please give the video a like. Absolutely buzzing with how many likes we've got so far. Like I said, I still can't see most of my screen. I'm picking up all of your messages on a separate one right now, so I can see everything you guys are saying, thankfully. It's an issue because it's a buyout clause, so you think it's set price, but it's not. If he is under contract, it wouldn't be seen as they add it into the asking price. He is under contract, but he's just got that buyout. And this has all been put together by Joorabchian. This whole contract has been put out. 12 league goals last season is not that good. For 40 million, I think it is in that league for Bologna boxing, I would say. I think you got to look at that. He's also got, I think, 8 assists as well. So I think we have to look at that as well and go, like, he offers a lot more than just goals. His build-up play is quite decent. He is very direct as well. So, and don't forget, he's 6'4". He could be better in the air, give us a bit more stability there as well. And yeah, it's going to be a good sign if we make it happen. But it all comes down now to what actually is going on with the agents and where we go from there. And to be honest, I think Manchester United are still going to go and make this happen. I do. I think we will make this happen. And I think we will come to an agreement and take advantage of the situation with the agents' fees. AC Milan have failed in this. It just looks like Joorabchian has found his target, which is Manchester United, and we're going from there. What it is. Over 100 likes, guys. Thank you very much. Keep liking the video, please. Keep sharing and subscribing to Forever United TV. Get your comments in. We're moving on to the next story, which is regarding Mr. Bruno Fernandes. And yeah, so we talked Bruno plenty, haven't we, about his contract situation. So What we've got to look at with Bruno Fernandes, and this has come from Samuel Luckhurst, a new contract for Bruno Fernandes is not priority for Manchester United, but the club would be open to a renewal if he stays beyond the transfer window. So it's basically Bruno's people have just left it open to see what Ineos want to do. Right now, in the current midfielder situation we're in, and we're pretty starved of midfielders and the money we've got, I don't see United selling Bruno Fernandes. I don't. They're calm at the situation because he's got 2 years left. So United could get through this season. The transition season of the new ownership model coming in, sporting control from Manchester United, and all of that. And then we could be looking at a situation where Bruno Fernandes, with 1 year left, we could maybe get a little bit of a fee for him and bring in another midfielder. I think that's where we're at with it, and that's what we've got to look at as the reality of it all. The reality is that Bruno doesn't want to leave Manchester United, but he wants to be on a contract which is level with some of the other big earners. And the bigger earners are players that are not even playing in the team, players that are below Bruno Fernandes. Super chat in for Mark that I missed earlier on. Sorry, Mark. Agents like him move players all the time to make money. I think a lot of agents do. The only big ones we hear about are the big players that get big contracts. And then, let's be honest, the agents are not really bothered because they've taken an absolute wad out of that deal. So, yeah, I am, again, on the agent side of things, I just accept it. I don't like it, but I have to accept it. It's pretty much like Ten Hag, isn't it? We have issues with Ten Hag, but we have to accept that we have to move forward with him now, and hopefully it can change. Agents, again, I don't think it's going to change, but it's down to the clubs to actually make a stand. But when you're that desperate and you're looking to bring in more players and get ahead of your competition, you're probably going to take advantage of a situation if you're more comfortable with the agent than the other club is. And I think that's what Manchester United will do. And why all of a sudden, I don't think it's just happened now. I think these talks have happened maybe a couple of days ago and then we found out about it. So it's all come to a head now. And I think why Manchester United have been pushed out by Damasio, by Romano, by Ornstein, by everyone to be the favourites for ZIRKZEE and concrete talks being had, it's because concrete talks have been had with Kia Joorabchian, his agent. That's why. Back onto Bruno Fernandes and why Bruno is probably going to stay this season. I mean, guys, I can see you in the chat right now. We've talked about Bruno's price. We've talked about the clubs that maybe want Bruno Fernandes. Personally, I think it died off like most of these stories do with the bigger players. And we are now looking at Bruno Fernandes staying at Manchester United, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing. We need Bruno Fernandes. We need our captain and our experience. I don't think you can buy experience in right now. And Bruno, I feel he needs to be the leader of this younger team that's going to be developing over the summer and it's going to start next season. It's already a very young team. Our best players are all under 22. And that's crazy to think. You'd be expecting some of the actual older, more experienced players to be our standout players and the ones that are worth more. But it's not. It's the likes of Mainu, Garnacho, Højlund. Yeah, Martinez you can throw in there. We talked yesterday about Amad Diallo now being seen at the club by one of the pivotal players there and him needing to be seen up there as the unsellable. So, yeah, Bruno Fernandes and the experience. You could just see the way he was bossing that Portugal side around last night as well. Watching that game, it showed you that it doesn't matter who is in that team because there's probably some better players and bigger players than him in that Portugal side as well, but he's still dictating the game and he's still the main man in that Portugal side. So we need that Bruno Fernandes experience for me. But I mean, you guys, again, what would you pay Bruno Fernandes? Like we talked about what you'd sell him for. What is he actually worth contract-wise if a new one comes out next season? Boxing says, agents are part of the game. They're needed, but obviously some ask for far too much. But if the player's worth 48 million, I don't see a problem with it. Saying that, never seen him play personally. That's from Boxing. Jonathan, I wonder how much Donny's agent is asking for the next transfer. I think he's going to have to pay someone to get rid of him, Jonathan, to be honest. Oh man, we used to get absolutely smashed off a fiver and come home with change. I think everyone's talking about how much drinks used to be in the chat here for some reason. I don't know where this conversation started from. Maybe it's just the old days and the conversation of what it used to be like without agents, maybe. I'm guessing you guys are on one right now and having a conversation. If you do want to carry on with the football chat, by the way, drop into the description. A few of the mods have put out the link to our Discord channel as well. Everybody is welcome to carry on the conversation, get involved in our Discord subscribers channel for FUTV, guys. Link is down below in the description, like I said, alongside TIFO, our watch-along platform. For all of the Euros and the coming season for United, get involved in them as well, guys, as well as SofaScore and Optimally Me, our sponsors, who are also on the screen now on the QR code and in the description with links as well, guys. Ads, don't be giving Bruno the virtual reach around, bro. The guy is a proper wet wipe. Yeah, come on, Big. He's not. He's what we've needed. He's dragged us over the line in many a games towards the back end of last season. Honestly, Bruno is far down my list. When it comes to footballing decisions, and if something pops up that Ineos want to use Bruno Fernandes's fee for and want to sell him, then, again, like, I'm not going to stand in their way. But you have to convince me it's the right move by showing me who is coming in his place. And that's the issue I've got with Bruno. I just don't see who is going to come in and give us the output that Bruno does. I don't see who we're going to buy in who's that captain material. Yes, you could say give the captain to Lisandro Martinez. I understand that. But he's not reliable enough to get a full season without getting injured. So this is where we're at with it. And it is a difficult one with Bruno because he is loved by many fans. He's not by a few of them as well. He does hold a lot of value and we can cash in this summer above all summers. But I just feel like Ineos will be in a bit of a Ten Hag situation. Better the devil you know with 2 years left on his contract and the goal output that he guarantees you every single season than trying to find another player on top of that along with everything else that we need to try and bring in the transfer window. I think that's probably how Ineos are looking at it right now. Right, well over 4 in the room with us. Creeping up to the 150 mark, guys, on the likes. Please give the video a like. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Andrew says, unfortunately, it's not only agents that are taking money out of football. TV are taking a lot and stop any competition from abroad, therefore keeping prices very high. Mark says, I love Bruno as a player and get him, but I could never play in a team with him and not give him a smack for all the rolling around. I understand that. That's fair, I think. LG says, Adam, thank you for all the content, insights and more. Been off work last few months with stage 4 cancer and your channel is always on now for me. Real voices, fan-based and authentic. Best chat of the day so far. LG, I hope you are recovering well. Hope you are coping well. Love from everyone here at FUTV. And thank you for that amazing comment as well, mate. Absolutely love that. And I'm glad that we can play a part in making the recovery. And football chat, authentic and genuine, like you said, mate. That's what we are all about here. And that's what our chat is like as well. We get the odd little numpty popping in every now and then, don't we, guys? But, hey, it is a great community and I love it. In terms of what you're going through, your life, stage 4 and everything like that with that, mate, honestly, anything we can do that just keeps you going along, mate, that's what it's about. Absolutely devastating news and everything that's involved in that as well. It just puts everything in perspective, but really appreciate you spending the time to watch and send a message like that. Legend, mate, absolute legend. But yeah, that brings it all home, really, doesn't it? In terms of what is important and us moaning about money and everything like that. Agents' fees, football, contracts. It is a completely different world, football, isn't it, to the norm? And Manchester United are probably a culprit of it. When you look at it, we have caused a lot of issues within football. Ferguson, no value in the market. He pretty much started off the big transfer fees, Fergie, with Cristiano Ronaldo and then said there's no value in the market. He did, didn't it? I mean, we love him, but we did start all of the high prices off, I think. United were part of the United were part of the problem. They were like agents. This is why agents love Manchester United. That's why they do always come to United. And I feel like if Jurajans found out about United being interested in ZIRKZEE, boom, straight away attention goes across to United, and let's make a deal with them, because it's going to work for him as well as Bologna, and he'll be filling Bologna with everything, saying that this is the right deal right now. He'll be saying, you got to go to United, you got to go to United. And let's be honest, Manchester United are bigger than AC Milan, definitely right now. I know, obviously, we're going through our bad patch, but in terms of size, future, everything for ZIRKZEE, everything for him as a player works better at Manchester United. But yes, he will see that comment, Kostana. He is a baby reindeer. Oh, you're talking about someone else that was one of them so-called numpties that was coming in, weren't you? That's what you was talking about. I know. Other news with Manchester United right now, and it is Manchester United trying to move fast in the transfer market. I'm just going to go down to, so I think it was Simon Stone actually said that Manchester United will be bidding again. We know already about Branthwaite and where we're going with it. We're looking to move deals on very, very quickly. Bayern Munich opened talks with Casemiro in recent days. However, the midfielder was not happy with what they were offering him. He stays at Manchester United for now. That was an update that came in last night on Casemiro. We have another suitor for Facundo Palestre in Corinthians, another South American club with not a lot of money. Again, it's looking like United will end up losing out on Facundo Palestre and not being able to get the fee that we need for him. So, yeah, not so much fee needed for Facundo Palestre. It's just what can we get? Like, what can we max out and get for Facundo Palestre, I think is the answer there. And it's not a lot. It isn't a lot because these South American clubs that are in for him just don't have the finances to spend what I think is probably a £15 million player in Facundo Palestre. Minimum, I think. But he is... There's no one else out there for him, it would seem, which is strange. And then people will come back to me and say, Adam, you liked Facundo Palestre? You said he was a good player? Well, the proof is that no one is out there looking for him, so maybe I was wrong. I just think there is a player there. It's just my own personal opinion on what I've watched with him. He is a world-class player, Bruno, and if he goes, let's see how we go on without him, unless we replace him with another world-class player, Adam. What else have we got? All agents should have caps on fees. They're as bad as traffic wardens. Absolute vermin on football. Sadly, it won't happen, but I agree in terms of like how they do rinse everybody, mate. 6 likes away from 150, guys. Keep them coming in, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. FUTV, I'm Adam. Get involved in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you get involved in the Discord channel as well. The conversation continues after the show's on there. Link in the description, guys. We will be back later this afternoon as well. We're not doing a watch along today. I'm resting out England. We're doing that one tomorrow. So join the TIFO team. Again, link down below. We'll be ready for the England game tomorrow afternoon. So a bit of a different schedule tomorrow. But yeah, looking forward to that one and seeing how England fare. Will we see Kobbie Mainoo? He has been talking recently and backing Erik ten Hag. Of course he's going to back him. He's not exactly going to say, I'm disappointed that he's kept his job, is there? But yeah, some weird questions asked to Kobbie Mainoo. We've got clips of the interview up on the channel in the shorts as well, guys. So go and check them out. But yeah, hopefully Kobbie plays for England tomorrow. That's my hope there. I think he deserves to play. I think get Trent out of that side, get Kobbie into that midfield and release some of them other players. I just feel like we're going to need to have a little bit more defensive nous about us as well. I'm not saying Kobbie is defensively fantastic, but I'm thinking controlling the ball and not just looking for that worldy pass. I think possession retention is key. I think Kobbie gives us more of that. So I'm really hope that he does play for England, start for England tomorrow. I think he deserves to as well. He does. So, yeah. That pretty much finishes up our show, everybody. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you all. Great comments as always. We'll be back later on at 6:30 with the updates. It may actually, with the football being on, Yeah, we're probably going to be at the same time again, guys, later on. I'm trying to think of the games. I think it is Scotland are playing as well today, aren't they, against Switzerland? So, yeah, it is going to be an interesting day all around in the Euros. Second group phase. Yes, here we go. Thanks, everybody. Absolutely brilliant show. Sorry for the mishaps early on. Give the video a like on the way out. That should take us over that 150 mark, guys. Appreciate you all, and I will speak to you all in a little bit. Have a fantastic afternoon, guys, and see you later.